Hallo, ek is Etie. Welkom by my kanaal waar ons als saam doen. This is the second video in my Afrikaans plural formation series. If you haven't watched video 1, please do so. It's very important because these videos build on each other, and video 1 also has some important information that I am not going to repeat in every video. It's very important to keep in mind that the visual rule or the formula that I give in this video is only to serve as an example. These formulas do not exist in Afrikaans textbooks. I only made them up so that you have a visual cue or something to make memorizing the rules easier. The rules themselves do exist, but not the visual cue. Without further ado, let's start on Rule 2 of Afrikaans plural formation. Rule 2, -1 plus e, explained. Here we have an example of a skaap, which is the Afrikaans word for a sheep. Now the plural of skaap is formed as follows. You have -1 vowel plus e. That means that skaap has a lang klank, ah, in the middle of the word. One of those as fall away, and then you add an e to the end of the word to form its plural. The pronunciation of the middle sound remains the same. So you'll see skaap -1 a plus e equals skape, skape. So that long sound, even though you dropped one of the as, even though you took one of the as away, the pronunciation does not change in the singular to the plural when it comes to the middle sound. That a remains an a in the plural form, even though one of the as fell away. Rule number 2, -1 plus e. Words containing a lang klank followed by one of these consonants adhere to the following rule. -1 vowel plus e. It's important to note top right that words ending in F and G have their own videos. Examples of Rule 2, -1 plus e. Taak, take. Taal, tale. Boom, bome. Stroom, strome. Vuur, vure. Brood, brode. Plaas, plase. Lood, lote. Examples of exceptions to Rule 2. As I've explained in the first plural video, there are many exceptions to all of the Afrikaans plural formation rules. I will give these examples to you and explain them a little bit, and you will probably see these examples again in a next video because a lot of these exceptions might apply to more than one plural rule. Right, so let's look at this particular exception, which is about afleidings, which is derivations. And that simply means these are words that have been derived from a more simple base word in Afrikaans. And the derivations that we are looking at now are ones that end in the sound ar, ar. So those words have a particular exception which says it does not adhere to the -1 plus e rule. Instead, they just get an s. It's just added to the word, to the singular word. Right, so the examples are as follows. Bedelaar, which is bedelaars, the plural. And the base word there is bedel, which means to beg. And then from there, bedelaar is formed, which is a beggar. And then the plural is just bedelaars, and it just gets an S. Then skakelaar, which is skakelaars and it's plural. Now the base word again there is skakel, and then skakelaar is formed, and the plural is skakelaars. Last one is bewonderaar, which is admirer, and the plural is bewonderaars, and the base word there is bewonder. And then we go to the right. At the top we have bees, which is the singular for a bovine, and then the plural is beeste. That is one you must just learn. It does not adhere to the derivation rule. It just has a different plural, so learn that one. And then below that we have bazaar, bazaars. Again, there's no base word, but this is a word that was derived from English. So you have the bazaar with the Z in English, and bazaar or bazaar, if you pronounce it correctly in Afrikaans. That's just derived from the English, and this simply gets an S, so you have to learn this one. And then we have generaal, generals. Again, no base word. It's just the way its plural is formed, so learn this one. And then the last one, corporaal, corporals. Also learn this one. Some more exceptions to rule 2. Dieet, diete, dieet, diete. And that's diet and diets. And this one you must just learn. And then we look at wisselforme again, alternate forms. We looked at this in the previous plural video as well. This wisselforme is the word been. Now in its singular form, been in Afrikaans can mean leg or bone. So leg like your leg, your body's leg, or bone like a bone, or give the dog a bone. So in the singular form, it has both of those meanings. But in the plural form, you have the first plural, which adheres to rule number 2, which is bien, and then in the plural, biene. So this one adheres to rule number 2. And it has both the meaning of legs and bones in its plural form. But then the second one, just beneath that one, is bien in the singular, and then beendere in the plural. So beendere. And that one in the singular, bien, means, if you're going to go with the plural beendere, it means bones of the skeleton or bones of the body. And then in its plural, it is beendere, which refers to bones, but not to legs. And then on the right side, we look at another wisselforme, and that is the one for professor. Professor, which is the word in Afrikaans for professor. It has 2 plurals. The one is professore, and the other one is professors, which is just like the English, pronounced differently. I hope you learned something new in this plural formation video and that you found it helpful. I look forward to see you in the 3rd video on Afrikaans plural formation. Also coming soon, Afrikaans Everyday Conversations.